Chris and Cash Show.
Chris and Cash podcast.
It's Thursday, January 11th, 2018.
January 11th, 2018.
How about them apples?
Scotty almost fucked it up.
I
Actually, it
tried
wasn't
not
that
to.
bad.
I
No,
was
you
look-
didn't. You didn't.
I
You
was
didn't.
looking at my watch.
I know
was
you were like, I don't know why you're looking at your watch for the year. You're like, oh my god. Oh
No,
my
the
god.
day.
Oh,
day.
all right. That makes sense.
And I knew it was the 11th, and I don't know why. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. We're just going to be talking about the Patriots for an hour.
Why would we do anything else?
So we're not going to be talking
Who's the
about
biggest story when they're on a bye week?
the Patriots.
Who's the biggest story when it's the off season?
Patriots.
Who's the biggest story, like, out of everything? It's like Bill Belichick meets Pope. Pope says, you're the best.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff swirling around the Pats now, which we're going to get to. They also have a division
Matchup, kind of, game? Is it a test?
I don't know, it's like a scrimmage.
Yeah.
After Kansas City absolutely gagged and barfed on its shoes again.
Which, by the way, is awesome because
I can't believe that Andy Reid hasn't gotten fired.
we didn't do a show, but that would have been the one team I would have told you that I didn't want to see.
And I told you that they're a joke. Yeah,
No, I don't disagree with you that they're a joke. They're just
Alex,
a bad matchup.
Alex
for the
Smith
Patriots.
and Andy Reid is Andy Dalton, Marvin Lewis 2.0.
Look, I still would have expected the Patriots to beat them, but it was actually a matchup that they could
Physical
lose.
defensive line and etc.
It's a team that can actually matches up. Put it this way: Kansas City matches up is a more scary matchup for the Patriots than Pittsburgh is. Pittsburgh always dominates Kansas City, and Jacksonville's a horrible matchup for Pittsburgh. So right now things are looking great for the Patriots.
Steelers are going to blow them out Sunday.
They might not.
I'm telling you.
Jacksonville got a great defense, dude.
I
They
think the only team that has a prayer of winning up in Foxborough is Pittsburgh. And the only reason,
I don't think
the only reason I don't think Kansas City had a chance. Maybe with Eric Berry healthy, they had a chance, but not
Eric
Berry.
Berry's a beast.
But Pittsburgh has a chance just because of all the talent on the offensive side of the ball. Like I think that Ben and Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell could go nuts and steal a game up here because this is the worst Patriot team since probably 09.
0906 type team.
Like 2010.
Right?
Actually,
0906 type
2010 was a paper tiger team too.
2010 was a super paper tiger because it was more that the kids were so young. You know what's crazy?
Gronk and Hernandez.
Gronk and Hernandez were like 19 and 20 at the time. Or 2019.
Hernandez was 19, right?
Yeah, Gronk was 20, Hernandez was 19, I think.
Yeah.
Gronk's still only 28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the league fucking 8 years.
He's like an old 28 though.
Oh, he's like 75, 28.
Well, actually, he's seeing Yoko Guerrero now, so he's probably like
4.
yeah, it feels like he's like 5.5. Like,
Seriously.
like I just got a boner,
The only reason Greg Oden made the NBA is because he used to see Yoko Guerrero.
dude.
He was actually 85 years
If
old.
Alex Guerrero was around in 1970s, Bill Walton, greatest center ever.
If Alex Guerrero was around when Lou Gehrig got Lou Gehrig's disease, never would have existed. No disease. Fucking guy. No, I do have a cousin who, I'm not going to name him, and I won't say too much about him.
Do I know him?
No, he's a strength and conditioning coach. He is a coach of college athletics. He knows the Belichicks personally. He knows little Belichick's, Steve.
Steve and Brian.
Yeah, he knows, I think, Steve, through lacrosse. And
Get to the point.
I asked him about Guerrero. He said, honestly, I can tell you right now, but the Belichicks think he's a doper. They think he does stuff you're not supposed to do with players. Now, I don't know that he does. That means specifically steroids, but you know what I mean, or what kind of doping he means exactly. But everyone's very skeptical of Guerrero, to say the least.
Well, while I don't doubt that as a possibility, I find it extremely hard to believe that Brady would mortgage his entire career on PEDs.
Oh, I don't think Brady's even using dope. That's not what I meant to say by that.
Not to mention he's like 120-pound like skeleton. Like it looks like he doesn't eat.
Oh, he's a little girl. I get it, and I'm not even picking on little girls when I say that. My daughter weighs more than Tom Brady. She's not even 2 months old.
What does she weigh now?
Probably like 11, 12 pounds.
Really?
Not that much big. I mean, she's not growing slow, but she's growing slower than Anthony did. Anthony was just like, I'm 20 pounds when he was like 2 months old.
Oh, when I saw Anthony the first time, he was like a little baby, and then I saw him I think 3 months later. That was the day like he was sick and he kept crying. Kid was a tank.
Yeah, he literally became a tank overnight.
He looked like he was like 5. I was
Yeah, by the time he was 9 months old, he was almost 30 pounds. And I was like, holy Jesus, is this going to keep happening? But I'm not even saying he's a doper. I'm not even saying that that's my assessment, or I think Tom Brady's on steroids, because I don't. I don't think Tom Brady's taking steroids or getting the PEDs that Peyton Manning was, okay? But that doesn't
By the
mean
way,
that
even if Peyton was on PEDs, I don't care.
I don't care either. I just mean that to say the least, Guerrero is highly controversial and looked at highly, as a highly shady individual, even by the Belichicks. So even if they have a good relationship with him and they let him work on players, they don't trust the guy. Do you trust the guy? You just look at him. What does he look like? Snake oil salesman.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like the snake from Conan the Barbarian before James Earl Jones turns into it. You know what I mean? Seriously, you could just say there's something wrong with that guy. I don't know why Tom doesn't see it, but the rest of us do.
And I call him Yoko Guerrero because John Lennon was normal until he met Yoko Ono.
Yeah, but then they actually
said
that
John Lennon became a weirdo
and
until the day he died.
And they actually said he became the problem more than Yoko was, supposedly.
Well, it's because he was on heroin 24/7.
He was on. Yeah, he had a lot of problems.
He was on everything.
He was massively abusive to a lot of people. He was actually a horrible individual. I'm surprised he was like canonized by everyone. Like John Lennon. It's like he was like one of the worst human beings that ever existed.
He was, from what I've heard, he wasn't a very good guy. I'm a Beatles fan.
Made great music.
I just love his music.
Right.
Michael Jackson, I don't care if he slept with kids in his bed. He's a great musician. I don't care.
Got to separate the two. But this is where we get to Tom Brady. There are multiple Tom Bradys. There's 3 Tom Bradys, okay? There's a Tom Brady on the field.
Love him.
Right. Everyone loves him. There's the crazy, avocado-eating, dumbass, fucking douchey, new age, whatever the fuck he is. Tom Brady with Alex Guerrero.
Is wearing
that everyone basically hates
Yep.
and loves to hate. And then there's the third Tom Brady, which is just the human being Tom Brady, who seems like an actual decent guy.
Deep down.
Yeah, like on a human level, everyone can say, look, Tom Brady's a decent guy. He's not out killing nobody. He's not Ray Lewis in the play things, you know what I mean?
See...
He's not Aaron Hernandez in it, is he?
No.
Do you think he's out there whacking people?
Hey,
What?
that was wiped out. That was under
Hernandez
appeal
is
and
innocent.
He died in innocent man.
We know the technicalities, guy. We've been over this.
It's
But
such a
my point is, there are those 3 Tom Bradys. And it's not just a trinity because he's God's nephew, okay? The Tom Brady, the human being, we don't have to talk about him. We know he's a human being. He seems like a decent guy. Tom Brady, the football player, we all love him. I think Tom Brady, the football player, only exists because Tom Brady, the douchebag that eats avocado ice cream as a treat, that is a fucking nut, is there. Because Tom Brady is so focused that his split personality is this douchebag, nut-eating, fucking have babies in your own bathtub with Giselle type thing. Okay? That follows Alex Guerrero like he's God. That Tom Brady is there to focus him more on football. You get that, right?
No, his wife...
Tom Brady's only in the shape he is because of the way he treats himself, which is all the craziness he does.
His tree hugger wife started it, and Alex Guerrero finished it.
When Tom Brady was 2002, 3, 4, well, if teammates were drinking, what was Brady known for?
Oh, he could go through them fast.
He could chug better than anybody, and he would crush cans on his forehead. But guess what? If Tom Brady was like that now, he'd be a retired Ben Roethlisberger. Okay? He'd be fat, he'd be out of shape, he wouldn't be the Tom Brady he is today. I don't even know if he'd still be able to throw the ball. But Tom Brady isn't that. Tom Brady in 07 got injured and was like, I gotta change up my ways. Tom Brady back then looked like a football player. Maybe he didn't look like he was on steroids, but he looked like he actually lifted weights. Tom Brady now, looks like all he does is eat string beans. Okay? That's it. The guy eats avocado ice cream for treats. He's crazy. He's insane. But it's football.
Which is gross.
It's a focus. It is. It's a focus on football. His insane, absurd. I think he's mentally deranged to an extent. His obscene focus on football has led him to this alternate lifestyle with Alex Guerrero. Seriously, the Tom Brady that you hate is only there to prop up the Tom Brady you love. They wouldn't exist without each other. That's what people need to understand.
They're mutually exclusive.
They are. They are mutually exclusive.
Now, I've been getting a lot of the whole TB12 brand, which is basically like the last
mutually inclusive, I should say.
4 years, basically, this TB12 thing.
Yeah, but they've really started pushing it since he won the fifth Super Bowl.
Okay. I understand that he's trying to transition to life after football.
I don't think he is.
This is part of it. I think this is
part of it is, but I think a lot of it is too is if he convinces himself that he feels better than he did when he was 30 and 20, if he convinces himself that he's better than ever, if he convinces himself that, look, everything I do makes you play to 50, that he can actually focus that much more, and just by focus and willpower and Jedi mind tricks alone, he's going to be able to play to 50. I think that's what Tom Brady believes. You know how they say, like, your attitude means everything? If you think you're going to win, you're going to win? I think Tom Brady wakes up every morning and thinks he's going to fucking win at life and be the most pliable, well-hydrated, can't burn in the sun person ever. Okay? Tom Brady can sit in Africa as long as he drinks his water, he doesn't burn. I think that's just, it's all mental, so he thinks it's real.
And he'll put it on Instagram and remind us that his life is better than ours every
day.
It is. No, we know. Like, Tom, we get it. Like, I'm at work.
I was going through old photos that I've downloaded the other day, right? And I was looking, and it was like, it's a little meme, and it shows Tom Brady. It's like, having a bad day. Just remember, in the 4.5 billion years the universe has existed, you lived the same time Tom Brady was alive. You know what I mean? It's like, people love Tom Brady that much. And Tom Brady, the football player, love him.
Listen, I told you this the other night, and I'll repeat it here for all of our listeners. He is unequivocally the best quarterback I've ever seen. He's the best quarterback of all time.
By the way, Brett Favre said that again this week.
What?
Brady's the best ever.
Yeah.
He said, look, he said for a long time I wasn't going to say I'd put anyone ever over above Joe Montana, but he's better than Joe Montana. He said he's the best ever, and then he went through a bunch of reasons why, and it's true. So he's like, you give Brady anybody. I think it's Brady, the crazy lunatic avocado eating that everyone hates, is the reason you have Brady on field.
All right. And we're going to get to
Brady's nuts, right?
Yes, and we're going to get...
Brady super competitive?
Yes, we're going to get to Brett Favre later. We're going to get to Brett Favre later. You know where I'm going with that.
But the Michael Jordan that everyone hated, right? The asshole
Michael Jordan wasn't a weirdo.
Well, he was in his own way, though.
I actually think Tom Brady is a way better human being than Michael Jordan is.
Right. So the third part, the third part of Michael Jordan, the human being, was not decent. But Michael Jordan, the weirdo, was super into gambling and winning at all costs. He would beat up his grandmother to win. Okay. That Michael Jordan, the one that people actually knew was an asshole, was the reason he was so great on the court. This Tom Brady, the fluffernutter douchebag, only eat avocado ice cream, Alex Guerrero, Tom Brady, is the reason he's so great on the field. It is. Because he's kept his body in that pristine a shape that he can still be playing at this at 40. And he had a bad 5-game stretch, and he looks like he could be in decline. And I even said that to you. I said that to you in text.
However, people need to understand the
extenuating circumstances.
Correct.
No Edelman.
No
bad
offensive
line.
line.
Gronk missed a game. McDaniels doesn't know how to call the fucking anything.
And it looks like he's staying. I think he would have taken the Indy job by now, unless Andrew Luck isn't healthy. I don't see why he wouldn't. I
don't know if Luck is healthy, and I don't know if coaches want to gamble on that.
It's either Luck isn't healthy. It's one of three things why McDaniels hasn't left yet. Andrew Luck isn't healthy, and he knows it.
Possible.
He doesn't want to work for Irsay, and who could blame him?
Possible.
Or Bill has given him a wink. When
I'm retiring in a few years.
I'm hanging around 2 more years.
You're going to be the coach and just keep my sons on staff.
Please keep my sons on.
Yeah. Right? I mean, that's exactly, seems completely reasonable, right?
It's the only thing it could be. Well, one of those three.
I think Patricia's leaving.
If Andrew Luck is healthy, he should take that job.
Or you don't get a quarterback like that every day.
No.
At least not talent-wise.
And he's, 26?
Yeah, who knows if Andrew Luck's ever going to be what he's supposed to be.
No, I'm saying
talent-wise.
If he's healthy and ready to go,
right.
McDaniels is nuts if he doesn't take that job.
You don't get a quarterback like that talent-wise.
Even though you get an absolute drug addict moron for an owner.
Doesn't matter. You need
He's
the
probably
quarterback.
Andrew Luck's going to wake up and look for his Vicodin.
Who's more important, Bob Kraft or Tom Brady, this organization?
Right now?
Right now. Well, throughout the duration of the dynasty.
See, I don't think that's the question we should be asking. I think we should be asking Brady Belichick.
No. But we're asking for McDaniels being a head coach. Who's more important, your owner or your star quarterback?
Right now, you star quarterback.
Okay.
But your franchise needs stability, and Bob Kraft is that stability.
I'm not trying to take away anything from Bob Kraft. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say if I was a coach and you said I can give you Joe Montana and the worst owner ever, I can give you a great owner and you can have Trent Dilfer, I'm taking the crazy ass owner with Joe Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can win ball games that way. I just got to convince the owner to leave me alone, be crazy on his own, and not mess up my team.
I think the better question is between Brady and Belichick. 10 years ago, in 2008, if I can either have Brady or Belichick, I'm taking Brady. Today, right now, I'm taking Bill Belichick.
That's only because Brady's 40.
Right.
You don't know how long Belichick has left, though, either.
Physical decline.
I can't throw the challenge flag anymore. You need another rotator cuff surgery.
He bends over to pick it up from his sock, and his back goes out.
Yeah. Oh, Belichick can't throw the challenge flag. He's incapable. He's paralyzed on the sideline.
No, but we're going to get to the Seth Wickersham article, too, but...
We're kind of already hitting on it. It's who's more important out of those three guys.
Here's my question.
It's competing egos, is it not?
It is, but here's my question. Do you think there's any chance that Bill or his camp leaked a lot of that stuff?
Yes, I'll tell you why.
I agree.
First, I want to say I like Seth Wickersham in general. I don't think it was a hit piece, but I think because it was written for ESPN because he works there now. If this was Seth Wickersham at Yahoo, it would have come off completely different, I believe. I really do. 100%.
It's just because it's ESPN.
ESPN made him write stuff certain ways. This was not a hit piece, but it was something that made Brady look bad.
Light. Right.
And that comes straight from ESPN. And that also means to me that Kraft didn't. I don't think anyone in Kraft's camp, I don't think anyone in Brady's camp made Brady look bad. Do you agree?
No.
So that only leaves one out of the three camps.
Mm-hmm.
So who said it? Someone in Belichick's camp, or at least someone that's disgruntled that dislikes Tom Brady. Right?
Yeah.
It's got to be. I mean, I don't even buy all the stuff in there, for sure, because a lot of local reporters and even some national reporters have disproven some of the things in there, big time. But you got to think there's some type of truth in it.
Well, the most ridiculous one that I heard was Tom locked Jimmy out of TB12.
It's absurd because he had a key.
No, Jimmy's own people said yeah, he had a key. That's
right.
false.
Everyone they said he had a key, and the people that work with the Patriots and TB12 said every player gets a key to TB12 with unlimited access. And Guerrero had been working with Jimmy Garoppolo before Jimmy was ever injured. So it's not like he got injured and Brady's like, oh man, now that he's injured, I don't want him to take my job. He would have done that before if he was worried about his job, right?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't think Brady holds ill will towards Jimmy.
I don't either.
I don't think he wants the guy to take his job and he wants to coach him up to be better.
I'm not going to lie to you. Inside, he was probably like, oh, good, I outlived the guy. I don't think he was jumping around prancing at practice, hooting and hollering like they're reporting.
No.
I think
he even said he wasn't. He said I never root for someone to get traded or anything. He's like, that's not how this is.
On a whole, this is how I feel about the Wickersham article. I think that there really is. I think there's tension.
I think there's discord.
Right. They've been together 18 years. That's going to happen. It's like a marriage.
How long have we known each other?
You and I?
Yeah.
7 years.
We get along pretty good, right?
Sometimes.
We don't have any major tension like we hate each other, right? We're not going to break up our podcast because
we've never gotten in a major fight, I don't think.
But we still have some discord and disagreement.
Been pissed at you a couple times, but
yeah,
nothing.
But Seth Wickersham took that pissed at you a couple times and wrote it into the sky is falling and Chris and Cash are breaking up.
Oh, that's never going to happen.
But you gotta forget about it. Go more power.
Forget about it. I think that there is dissension to a certain. I believe.
I think a lot of it is with Guerrero. Do you agree with that?
I think a lot of it has to do with Guerrero. I think the truth is always
somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
So they came out with this joint statement oh, we're all besties, everything's fine. I don't think that's true. I don't think they all hate each other is true.
No,
I think it's right in the middle. I think it's right in the middle.
I've heard all them in interviews that have statements since then. And Brady said, look, my work relationships are the same now as they've been for the past 18 years. I think that's true. I think Brady's still really close with Kraft, because they have been. And I think Brady and Belichick have never been close. That's been reported for years. They're not friends. They don't hang out. They're just coach and player. And they're both great together as coach and player, but they don't really love each other like that. They love each other as a coach and a player. You know what I mean?
When Brady says there's no other coach that I would rather play for than Belichick, I believe him.
I do too. But I don't think it's because he loves Belichick. I think it's because Belichick's great and he sees how awesome Belichick is.
Correct. And by the same token, when Belichick says there's no quarterback I would rather have, well, that's just common sense.
Right. And so I think what happened was literally the Jimmy G thing is this. Belichick and Tom Curran agrees with me. And I'm not saying that makes it right, but Tom Curran knows a thing or two about a thing or two at Foxborough.
Just a bit.
Belichick is notorious.
Curran is one of the few guys that Bill's okay with in the media.
Right. Seriously.
No, really.
No, I know. Mike Reese, Curran, a few other guys where he doesn't absolutely chew their head off every single time.
Right.
Belichick makes plans, but a lot of times his plan is to wait as long as possible, let things play out, and see if it's going to change. I think Belichick was thinking when he drafted Garoppolo, and ever since then, at some point Tom's going to fall and Jimmy's going to be my guy. The problem is Garoppolo's contract's coming to an end. Brady's still better. Jimmy's not his guy because the 40-year-old Brady is still the best quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. That leaves Belichick in one of two places.
He's about to win his third MVP.
Right. One of three places, I guess. Get rid of Tom Brady, who could be a six-time total, but a repeat champion and an MVP. You can't get rid of that guy, right? Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl this year. Can you get rid of him and move on to Jimmy Garoppolo next season?
I think that's what Bill wanted to do.
But could you do that?
Hard.
Can he do that?
Tough sell.
Do you think it's tough sell to who? Coaching staff, your players. If you played for the Patriots, okay, and Tom Brady was your quarterback, and you guys win a Super Bowl this year, and you're Devin McCourty, say, and then they cut and trade Tom Brady in the offseason, or either one. Does that make any sense to you? When you just have a 6-time, 3 out of the last 4 you won.
Well, if I'm a player on the team, I'm saying we just won 3 out of 4, assuming they win in a month.
Right, we're just saying.
Let's just say they
that's
win.
the hypothetical.
Let's say they win
3 out of 4 for a second time.
Let's
You
say
have
they
Tom
win
Brady.
the Super Bowl. If I'm a player on the team, I'm saying we just won 3 out of 4. We're right there.
We could
why would you-
three-peat.
why
We could
would
go
you-
4 out of 5.
Why would you derail it now?
That's my
I
point.
get it, yeah.
Players and coaches are not going to buy that. Especially if you're sitting there saying, well, this guy's better than him right now.
They might if they believe in Garoppolo as much as they do.
Right.
And if they see signs of decline in Tom's game, which was insinuated in the Wickersham article. That has to be coming from coaching staff.
But this is the point. And Curran said it, and
How do you know it's not coming from Belichick's kid?
It could be. And this
He's
is
the
the
coach
thing,
of
though.
the staff.
This is the thing. Well, then he's highly un-Belichickian. If he talks to Wickersham about that kind of stuff. Brady had 5 bad games. I've maintained forever Brady is extremely streaky.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a bad 5-game stretch for Brady? It is. And it's similar to Peyton's last 5 games of 2014. Guess what the difference
When he
is?
fell off, yeah.
This is Brady's only 5th or 6th worst 5-game stretch since 2007. This happens to Tom Brady. There was an article about it today. It happens. I don't understand why people don't keep not seeing this. 2013, he had a bad stretch. People are like, oh my God, he's done. No. 2014, he had a bad stretch. He was done. He had a bad stretch in 2015 in November to December. That's when he lost the MVP that year. Tom Brady has bad stretches of play. What's the overall thing? What happens at the end?
He gets it together by the playoffs time.
And they fucking win the Super Bowl. He comes back in as an MVP contender, right? No matter what. Is the guy always one of the best quarterbacks in the league?
Yes.
Does the guy always fix it somehow?
Yes.
Has he staved off decline so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, does that mean I think he's going to play till he's 80? No.
I think he's playing 2 more years.
But so do I. That's what his contract's through 2 more years. Edelman's contract's through 2 more years. Gronk's, a lot of other players. Bennett, if he stays healthy.
The question now is going to be, is this a direct competition between Brady and Belichick? You're not going to outlive me. I'm going to outlive you. Back and forth.
I don't think it is, and I'll tell you why.
Because here's my thing.
Brady can never really win that.
I think Belichick's going to be here at least another 5 years.
Brady can't win that fight.
Belichick's 65, right?
Right. Brady
he's coaching
can't.
until he's 70.
Probably.
People don't get it, too.
Even though he said he wasn't going to coach until he was 70.
Like Marv Levy in the football life.
But then he changed his... And that's the thing.
No,
Belichick can be mad at Brady for being a little bit of an attention whore.
Do you know what changed?
But Belichick's done the football life. He's done... what else was the other one he did? He's done his football life. He did another one too. Oh, do your job. Yeah, he's done a bunch of those media things.
They got the 30 for 30 coming up.
Right, they have things on Belichick, so Belichick can't say, "Oh, Brady's being attention whore," because Belichick's a little bit less of one, but he does it too.
Brady's taking it to another level. I
agree.
Right
I agree.
This is still. People need to realize he is getting close to Don Shula's all-time record. He has like 5 more 13-win seasons. He's right there.
Who gets him there as a quarterback?
The next couple, it's Tom Brady.
Right. If Tom Brady wins 13 more games the next 2 seasons, Belichick's got a much better chance, right?
He needs to draft his successor in April, though.
I don't think he has to do it in April.
I'm telling you right now, because Tom's not going to be. I think 2020, Tom is gone.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Tom's never going to win. If this is a Tom versus Belichick,
you can't draft a kid that year and just throw him in.
Tom can never beat Belichick.
You need to integrate him into your system.
Why can Tom never beat Belichick? Well, Belichick makes all the personnel decisions. Belichick can stay coaching for... Belichick could...
Allegedly.
Right. Belichick could, out of spite, just stay coaching till Tom retires. You agree, right? So if this is a Belichick versus Brady thing, Belichick's always going to win that. It's not.
You've disagreed with me ever since they drafted Garoppolo, and I still believe this in my heart. I believe that's the final vindication for Bill, is to prove that he can win a Super Bowl without Brady.
I think he'd love to, but I don't think he cares that much.
I think he does.
I know you do. I don't think he cares that much.
I think he does. I don't think he wants to go to his... I told you guys this.
Because at the end of the day, Belichick goes, well, we were still 11-5 in 2008.
No, he does not want to go to his grave with people saying, yeah, but you never won without Brady.
Bill Walsh never won without Joe Montana.
He also walked away when they were still winning championships.
Right, so that makes you look even less important.
No, my point is if he stayed on 5 more years, 6 more years, he could have won one with Steve Young and say, see, I won with Steve Young.
But it's Steve Young. Again, and Belichick says this all the time. You only win because of the players. It's a players' league. Players play. Belichick says it all the time. It's the players. It really is. I mean, he's the greatest coach of all time.
I think-
He knows enough to know, technically, the players are the ones that win.
I
He
think
just
that-
coaches the game.
I think that was Bill's plan all along, though. He wanted to go Montana to Steve Young, and he wanted to coach both of them and win both of them. I think that's why he drafted. Look, he clearly drafted Garoppolo because he thought that Brady was on the way out.
Right. We agree with that. I told you that the day of the draft I was pissed because I thought Brady's not in decline. You know how pissed I was. You saw my face. You said it was
never
worth
forget it.
You said the pick was, even if it was wasted, it was worth it just to see my face. That was what you said in the
I wish we had a
email.
simulcast so I could show
Yeah,
people.
you were like, "Oh my god." The face, and I was like,
I had to talk you out of walking out.
I fucking hated that pick. I still hate that pick. And it's not about Jimmy Garoppolo, because Jimmy Garoppolo could be a damn good quarterback, yay. It was about the fact that I knew Tom Brady had years left. So you're wasting a pick time, money, value-wise.
Here's another thing.
pick
Here's
time
another thing that
value.
people are missing the boat on. This whole Wickersham article and people getting pissed about Brady potentially running Jimmy G out of town and like ruining the next 15 years, etc. If Jimmy's 0-5, are we having this conversation? If he
No.
goes up to San Francisco and looks
No.
like a dog, are we having this conversation?
And we don't know that he's going to be... Look, say Jimmy G's...
He lit the world on fire for a month.
Okay, Dak Prescott lit the world on fire last year too, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's Colin Kaepernick lit the world on fire too, right?
Mhm.
Blake Bortles had a great season
I
once.
agree with you.
So did Andy Dalton, was almost
I know,
MVP
but
year,
I'm
one year,
saying
right? A
that
couple years
people-
ago.
I'm saying that people are putting him in a Canton after 1 month.
RG3, he was pretty good, right?
I didn't think he was.
For that year he was.
I thought he sucked.
Luck had a year a couple years ago. He looked like he was going to be the greatest quarterback to ever live if he just kept developing.
He could have been. If
And he still
Colts
could be.
didn't
Who
ruin
knows?
His, Colts
But
ruined his career.
My point is, one season or one 5-game stretch doesn't make a career. Right? We know that. Jimmy G could come out, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. He could be not as good next year.
Depends on what he has around him too. But the 49ers have a
49ers have a
bunch-
buttload of
bunch
draft
of
picks
draft
and a
picks.
buttload of money to spend.
They're going to put a lot around him.
But they're in a tough division. You think he's going to beat Seattle twice next year?
I think Seattle's on the way down.
They are.
Like,
They are on the way
no,
down.
like plummeting.
I don't know about plummeting, but do you think he's
Their defense is old.
better quarterback, Russell Wilson or Jimmy Garoppolo?
I take Russell Wilson.
So would I. Do you think he's going to beat the Rams twice next year?
See, I'm not high on them. I expected Atlanta to beat them the other night.
No, but that's not my point. I think the Rams are pretty good, and I think they have a good quarterback who's probably right now better than Jimmy, and I'm not picking on Jimmy.
I think
Goff is probably better than Jimmy.
Goff is okay.
As of today.
Goff is okay. I would take Garoppolo.
I think I take Goff. Honestly, if you
When it's
put
when
me,
it's close, I go with
I mean,
the
if you have to make me take age into consideration too.
When it's close, I go with the
Close,
Ginn.
I go with the Ginn. That's why I have Montana over Brady for so long. Guy goes to the Guinea. Seriously, like more power, more acceleration, more vowels. Luigio. Yeah, we don't have Stazio no more. Thank God.
Oh,
Stazio. It wasn't a bad joke till he ruined it.
no, what pissed me off is like Buddy's like our like one faithful listener. Like he listens to like every podcast.
My cousin Eric too.
Okay.
Tom's nephew. What?
Well, whatever. So I remember Buddy was like, "Yeah, you got to tell him to fucking stop the Stazio thing. It is annoying as hell." And I told him this. I'm like, I'm not telling you to stop. Then like, take it down a notch. And he did it like 5 million times in that podcast.
By the way,
Like,
Buddy super talked us up when I was on my cousin Tyler's bachelor party. We were talking about it. Buddy said like, no, they're actually a really good show. Like he's like, I'm not just saying that. Like he's like, they're a good show. Like
Buddy's and Giants.
yeah, Buddy is like, I would listen to them. I do listen to them. He's like, you guys should listen if they. He's like, they have a good show.
We're back.
Right, we are a good show.
We're never gonna get.
Let's just have a show about how we're a good show. Kirk Minahan's supposedly taking a year off. Is that true?
He
we're
should
gonna
take-
steal the
he
show.
should take a lifetime off. He
Yeah,
sucks.
I think he sucks too. That's because I like talking about sports. I know sports.
I'll send this to Amuna once I post it.
Nice.
I haven't talked to her in a while though. All right. The Wickersham article. See, I'm having trouble believing some of the stuff in there. Like, I find it hard to believe that Tom gives a shit about not being voted Patriot Player of the Week.
Well,
Like,
this is the reason
has he gotten that sensey that he like really worries about
No,
it?
this is the reason why I don't believe that. Okay, Tom Brady has always been credited and lauded for being able to take criticism from Belichick and let Belichick whip him in front of the whole team, so that everyone in the team could see if he picks on Brady, he picks on everybody.
Mhm.
Okay, he's been doing that now for 16 years. Suddenly in year, what is it, 17 years? Suddenly in year 17 or 18, whatever year it is, now Brady has a problem with it.
You know what the funny thing? I'm glad you brought that up really quick.
Suddenly, out of nowhere.
Really quick.
I read an article like last year saying how Brady was like the greatest foil for Belichick because he lets him pick on him, so it makes the rest of the team buy in with Belichick because even Brady gets picked on, so no one's above it. Then suddenly now Brady has a problem with it this year.
This is a relevant story. Red Auerbach's 100th birthday would have been last September, so I was watching like a special on him, and Russell told the story. It was his second year in the league, and Red brings him into the office. Russell's like playing pretty well. It's around it's before the playoffs, about a month before the playoffs, and Red goes, "I'm disappointed in you," and Russ goes, "What's the problem?" And Red goes, "Well, you're playing great basketball, but you could be better. You're the best player in this league, and you should be the MVP, and you should make sure there's no doubt about it." And he finished the season strong and won the MVP. So they get in a training camp, going into his third year, and Red has him in his office the day before camp starts, and he goes, "You won the MVP, as you should have. You proved you're the best player in this league. We start camp tomorrow, and I'm going to start yelling at you. Right as soon as I blow the whistle, I'm going to be all over you. Because if I can't yell at you, I can't yell at anyone else because you're the star of this team."
It's the truth.
So he goes, "I'm going to be yelling at you. I'm going to be on your ass the whole practice. Don't pay any attention to it." So Russ goes, "Okay." He said the next day, Red was so bad, on him so bad he wanted to punch him.
Yeah. But guess what? He took it.
But it worked.
Because it was better for the team.
Right.
Belichick has always been the guy to take that.
Same deal.
You're not going to tell me I'm pretty sure in Bill's last year with Red, Red couldn't suddenly not yell at him anymore because Bill Russell was too sensitive. And while I think Tom Brady's gone a little crazy, a lot of crazy, I think that's more to focus on football. I don't think he's trying to upset the team. I don't think Brady's sitting there sabotaging the team saying, "Can't believe I didn't win the game ball."
There's a difference between Belichick and Red, though, and I'm going to explain why. Toward the end of Red's tenure as head coach, like Russell would be in the stands reading the newspaper, because Red knew he was going to give him 48 on the court, so he didn't demand a lot of him in practice. And some of the Celtics say, "I don't understand why Russell doesn't have to practice when he doesn't feel like it." So Red blew the whistle. He goes, "I want you guys to understand this really quick. There's two sets of rules on this team. One for all of you guys, and one for Bill Russell."
Yeah, I get that.
Belichick would never do that, even with Brady.
He did it with Lawrence Taylor.
That's different.
Why?
He's the best defensive player ever.
Tom Brady's the best player ever. This is the difference, though.
I still think this.
It wouldn't have flown.
Tom Brady and Jim Brown. It's like neck.
It wouldn't have flown with Lawrence Taylor. It flies with Brady, which is why I think that's complete and utter bullshit that suddenly Tom Brady has a problem with it. Because if Tom Brady had a problem with it, he would have brought it up to Belichick before, and he would already have a different set of rules.
I don't think Belichick has a different set of rules from Brady.
He did it for Lawrence Taylor. I don't think he does either. But I think that's specifically because Brady knows that if he does, it's going to undermine the Patriot way, the team. I think if Brady wanted his own set of rules, he'd have them.
Question.
He kind of does to an extent. I mean, Alex Guerrero, his ability to have that nice friggin' armchair in the locker room, those are all technically Brady rules. Those are Brady rules. Belichick cut him back a little bit. But
do you think that Bill feels that Brady doesn't take it as seriously as he used to, and he's more concerned about this TB12 nonsense with Guerrero?
No. And I'll tell you why. Because all reports are that he's still a fucking maniac that works on it all the time. And the TB12 stuff and this Facebook Live fucking documentary and stuff,
which I won't be watching.
The entire thing was about how his life is consumed by football. And his big quote there is, "If you're going to want to be better than me, you're going to have to give up your life, because I'm giving up my life." And then he talks about how his family is technically a sacrifice from his sport, which he doesn't like to make. Basically, he has to make time for his family because he knows he has to, because he doesn't want to, because he wants to do sport. And then Giselle says, "I've never met anyone in my life that loves doing anything more than Tom Brady loves playing football." This is why he hasn't retired, even though he told Giselle he was going to retire at the age of 36. Okay? Because Tom Brady loves fucking football. He doesn't want to retire. Tom Brady's going to retire, and he's going to have problems. Might fucking off himself like Hernandez. Okay? Because he's going to retire, and he's not going to have football anymore. I don't think Tom Brady ever wants to give up football. I really don't. I think he wants to play. That's why he says, "I'm going to play till I'm 50. Then he's 50. He's going to be like, "I want to play till I'm 60. It's like those people that when you're younger, they're like, "Oh, wouldn't mind dying at 30. That's a good old age." But you're like 15, so 30 sounds like old, right? Then you get to 30, you're like, "Oh, I don't want to die at 30. But 40, 45 sounds good." But then when you're 40, you're like, "Oh, I don't want to fucking die." Tom Brady never wants to give up football. Football is life to Tom Brady. That's why we have that weirdo avocado ice cream eating motherfucker. Okay? Because that Tom Brady wants to play football forever.
I missed 2001 to 2007 Tom Brady.
So do I. You know when you're going to get that back?
Never.
When he retires.
No, never. No.
I think he's going to start chugging again when he retires.
He's still going to be married to his wife.
Do you think
This isn't like you married a woman, like you got married and you got better. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, Brady...
Well, like you said, if Tom Brady had married my wife, he'd still be 2001 to 2007 Tom Brady.
He might be like 300 pounds and like a mess.
Right, he'd be out of the league, though. Because my wife would be like, oh, I'm going to cook you some more fried dough. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's why I'm fucking out of shape and overweight, because I married my wife, and I'm happy. Happy as shit.
I got to get you back in the gym.
But you know what? If I had married Gisele Bündchen, not that I would have, I don't even think she's that attractive in a lot of ways.
Me neither.
But if I had married someone that was like, you got to eat avocado ice cream, I'd probably still be playing sports. I'd probably weigh 40 pounds less. You know what I mean? It's completely different.
I'm not tooting my own horn here. I think I've dated girls prettier than Gisele. That's just my opinion.
I don't think Gisele's hot. I don't think she's good looking.
I think Bridget was way prettier.
I think everyone he's ever banged was prettier.
If you just stuck with that...
Tara Reid. Yeah, all of them were
Have
prettier.
you seen her, though, recently?
Better looking than Gisele.
No, I wouldn't stick my dick into that. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yes. Gross.
No, I wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it.
Have you... What, Google...
Yeah, I've seen her.
YouTube Sharknado. That's all you need to do.
Dude.
Google image Tara Reid Sharknado.
Hold on. Tara Reid. Ready? Here you go.
No, Sharknado.
I've seen Sharknado. Here's Tara Reid now. Still hotter than Gisele.
No.
She's not good looking.
She looks awful.
She does look awful.
She's
on heroin?
She's not that... Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She can afford the good kind, too.
The good kind. She looks so fucking fake now, too.
Like, her fake tits are sagging. Ugh. Gross.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. After seeing this photo, I'm done. You're right. I say Gisele.
Oh my god.
She looks like a homeless woman who ate another homeless woman after not eating for like 2 years.
She threw up the homeless woman because she's anorexic.
I can't, it's disgusting. But, anyways, back to Tom Brady.
Still wish he ended up with Tara.
Well, he looked like that, though. He wouldn't be able to play. He wouldn't just be skinny. He'd be fucking dying. He'd be a heroin addict. He'd be like, what happened to Tom Brady? Oh, he had to end his career in 2006 because he's a fucking heroin addict. You know what I mean?
I heard a story that I've never had verified, that like he brought her to like an event, like a Patriot event, and she got so drunk and was like yelling and shit, and like he broke up with her not long after.
Do you doubt it? Tom Brady's like a wholesome individual, man. Like, he took a lot of heat for having a kid out of wedlock. But number one, he didn't know they were having a kid when he broke up with her. But I don't think he ever wanted that to happen like that. I think if he knew she was pregnant first, they would have stayed together. I really do.
I think Tom I think the reason they didn't is because he felt that she was kind of trapping him.
Well, she clearly was. I mean, she was like, don't worry, I'm on the pill. I mean, clearly she wasn't.
No, girl tells you she's on the pill, you wrap it anyway.
You wrap it, you pull out, you run away.
Alright, I don't know how we got talking about Tom Brady's sex life, but...
Dude, what's better than talking about Tom Brady's sex life?
I think Tom Brady's kind of turning into Brett Favre.
No, he's not.
And that upsets me, because
I always keep saying it, too.
No, because I always took such pride in that Tom Brady was like the anti-Favre, on the field and off the field.
Tom Brady's too much of a team player to be Favre, dude.
He's becoming a little bit of an attention whore. This is all about me thing. This TB12 shit, man. I can't... Some lemmings actually take this seriously and buy the book and like try the diet and stuff.
People say it works. A lot of the stuff works. I don't think it.
I can't speak for you or anyone else. When I heard about like the TB12 thing and he's doing like this Facebook thing, I fucking rolled my eyes. All right, I don't care about the TB12 stuff. You want to eat seaweed and drink like 40 gallons of water a day, then God bless you. But like, don't tell me you're gonna like live forever and like, oh, I'm gonna cure cancer with this water. Like, no, that's not how this works.
That's what Alex Guerrero does.
No, cancer is God's disease. All right, it's his way of thinning out the herd. There's no cure for You know why they can't find a cure for cancer? Because there isn't one. So I don't want to hear any of this like, oh, you drink this water, it cures cancer. Like, no.
No. It's true though. There's, I mean, I don't think they'll cure cancer, but they'll definitely.
There's no uniform cure for cancer just because there's so many millions of different kinds.
Right. And it's nature's way of, like you said, thinning the herd, technically. As sad as
It's
it
God's
sounds.
disease.
Yeah, I get it.
I think it's great that they improve the quality of life, and they can cure some cancers. Like, brain tumor's a death sentence. Chris and I know a guy we used to work with who has one now, and he's doing well.
Yeah, he's only had surgery on it like 3 times.
Well, I talked to him about a month ago, and he sounds good. He says he feels good, but I mean, he's living on borrowed time.
He's been living on borrowed
time. He's probably not going to be around 3 years from now. I hate to say. I mean, hope he is.
If he lasts 3 years, that's incredible.
Yeah.
At this point, he's already lasted almost 3, I think.
It's been about 2 to 3.
2.5, right?
2.5.
Been a while.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
It was like 6 months after I left, so like.
Yeah, like my father-in-law,
Yeah.
a couple months, and it was lung cancer. I mean, it metastasized everywhere, but.
Yeah. My Uncle Andrew lasted like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Granted, he never went to the doctor for like
25 years. Yeah.
Dude, last time I saw him is when he gave me that Game 7 program from the 57, the Celtics first championship.
Well, that's an awesome time to see him then. Yeah, I got this way before I die.
It's sick. It's unscored, too.
I know. I saw
No, you know what the thing is? No, I showed it to you. That's right.
You showed me that. You showed me the Cleveland Indians World Series ticket.
Well, Papa bought a ticket to Game 7. There was no Game 7. But if there was a Game 7, he was going at Braves Field.
Yeah, what else did you show me? Did you show me like an old school Super Bowl ticket or something? Did you have one of those? You showed me something else, too.
I got a bunch of stuff. Like, when Leo was out in L.A. for work when the Orioles were playing the Dodgers in the 66 series.
You might have shown me.
That was the second game. Jim Palmer beat Sandy Koufax, and that was Sandy Koufax's last game. He gave me the ticket stubbing program from that. I have like a bunch of old. I have like all my tickets from like the old Garden, like when I used to go with my father, like programs and stuff.
I have
like
very
that.
few tickets at all. I have the Tom Brady Peyton Manning game we saw somewhere.
Mine was like a piece of paper. It was like one of those pieces. I don't have like an actual ticket stub.
Oh, I have an actual ticket stub in a thing, like
a lanyard,
like one of those things. Yeah, the neck things.
Yeah. He turned into Brett Favre though.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Come on, he's not as bad as Peyton or Favre. Come on. The one I'm going to say I respect a lot right now is Drew Brees.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Just
I can either have a beer right now with Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. I'm gonna get a couple buds with Peyton.
Yeah, but if I can have a beer right now with, I don't know, Thomas Jefferson or George W. Bush, I have the beer with George W. Bush. And it's not because Thomas Jefferson's dead. But if I want one of them to be president, it ain't gonna be George W. Bush. So there's a difference. Yeah, I'll have a beer with Peyton. And you know what I want to do with Peyton while we have a beer? Let's watch Tom Brady be the greatest quarterback ever. Golly gee, sounds swell. Okay.
See, I feel that way about Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's a chill dude.
Awesome human being.
He just shouldn't have been president. I told you this the other day. Like, I'd love to have a beer with the guy. He just shouldn't have been president.
Yeah, no, I know.
He's had the best post-presidency of any president ever, maybe.
He's probably the nicest human being that was president ever. You can agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's out there building houses today. Like, there's probably a fucking hurricane somewhere and he's building a house.
That's why I got him a little bit higher than Obama. Because at least Jimmy Carter was a patriot. Obama's like, I hate America.
Oh, come on. Obama doesn't hate America.
Hates it.
No, he doesn't.
Did everything he could.
Obama's way better than Trump, dude. Way better than Trump.
Yeah. See me in 4 years.
I will. Trump won't be fucking president no more.
Where's ISIS?
That's all from stuff that Obama
Unemployment,
did,
20-year low.
It's all from stuff Obama did. That's hilarious. Like,
we're not getting
seriously, you're taking... Trump is taking credit for stuff that Obama did, and you can literally... You're like the The Washington Post is straight down the middle.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Dude,
It's
the thing.
It's a shill for the left.
Ready?
It's the CNN of newspapers. The Post and the New York Times.
Political news.
All right, we're getting off track. Do you believe that Kraft told Belichick to trade Garoppolo? That was also insane.
No, not at all.
I don't believe Kraft. I don't believe Kraft's story either.
What was Kraft's story?
The one he discussed with Peter King. Like, we had the last meeting about Garoppolo in June. The Bill said, I'm trading the second-round pick for Jimmy for a second-round pick. And he goes, wow, I got to talk to Jonathan. Jonathan was okay with it. I don't believe that. Here's what I think happened. I've said this before. I think Kraft said to him, do what you got to do to get Jimmy signed, but you're not walking away from Tom. He's here until as long as he wants to play, and you're not franchising him. So he basically gave Belichick an ultimatum.
I don't know that happened.
That's what I think happened.
I know you do. I've been telling you the whole time I don't think that's what happened. I don't think... The second that Belichick ceases to be the one that can shop for the groceries in order to be the master chef is the second he walks away. He would not stay with the Patriots.
Quick interjection. Could people stop with this whole, like, oh, Belichick's leaving? He's under contract.
Of course he's not leaving. But one of the reasons he's not leaving is because Kraft didn't tell him to fucking trade somebody. Didn't happen. Kraft did that once. What happened?
Well, it was also Parcells.
But what happened?
He left.
Right. Kraft knows. You don't do that.
I'm not going to say it cost him a Super Bowl, but it
did.
Because
they probably would have lost anyways.
Green Bay was better.
But was that Patriots team... Would that Patriots team have been a lot better off?
That defense was hot as a bastard going into that game.
That whole team was hot as a bastard.
They held Pittsburgh to 3 points.
Sam Gash wasn't in that game, huh?
No, he was hurt.
That's why.
They held Pittsburgh to 3 points in the divisional round. They held Jacksonville
I
to
have
6
never
points.
seen a better blocking fullback than Sam Gash. Tell you right now.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
He was a beast. He would like split open fucking linebackers. They died when he hit them. Like, you know what I mean? He would have
Big
killed
black
them.
man named Gash.
Gashed him. He gashed him. But seriously though,
And
Kraft isn't going to do that.
I can't remember if it was Will McDonough or Dan Shaughnessy that broke it. Like, it was like 3 days before the game. Like, Parcells is going to the Jets after the game. I think
killed everything. Right?
it just killed the whole psyche of the team.
And again, they probably wouldn't have beat Green Bay anyways, but you don't know.
After Curtis scored the touchdown in the third, it was a 6-point game. And then Vinatieri was held on Desmond Howard's
Run back. Yeah.
He was held. Clearly held. To this day. Go watch the replay. He was held.
I know the replays don't change, Scotty. I get that.
held.
I get that. Look, Eli was in the grasp. There was like 3 face masks. You know what I mean? Rodney went in the between destroying the dude and knocking the ball away. If he does either one of those things, it's fine. I get it.
I don't blame Rodney.
I'm not blaming Rodney. I'm saying he got in the most awkward position I've ever seen somebody. He half tried to take the ball away, half tried to hit him.
I told you this the other day. McDaniels was trying to hit home runs all night. If they just paper cut them to death, they wouldn't going away. Easy. Because Eli Manning was horrible that game.
I want to take it.
Should have had 6 interceptions.
Right, but everyone dropped him.
I know.
I don't want to blame McDaniels, but you know how I feel about him. They've won 2 Super Bowls with him. He's had some great games.
Bit of a redemption.
That Baltimore game in 2014 was a great game. He called, incredible.
Mm-hmm. Well, they kind of had to take some chances too.
Right, but did he called the right plays at the right time? Everything worked. It was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That guy should have never won that game. They did. Let's be real.
By the way, going into that game, who told you Baltimore scares me? And you're like, anyone says they're scared of Baltimore, throw it out.
You're out of the chain. Get out of the email chain. I don't want to hear it. This is the thing, though. They won. They played horrible and they won. McDaniels called a great game. McDaniels calls a lot of shitty games. Mm-hmm. For someone who is Tom Brady, he calls a lot of shitty games. Seriously.
When you have Tom Brady and Edelman and Gronk, it should be set it and forget it. Like, you shouldn't have to do anything.
You should just say, Tom, go out there. Do your thing.
So he's 40 years old, but he still can't call his own plays.
Well, I mean, he can. He has some, like, power.
Like, Jim Kelly called his own plays.
It's not that they don't call their own plays. It's
Peyton
that
called his own plays.
Tom can do that.
But he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. A coordinator does make some play calls for him. Like, they do set up what's going to happen in the game. Like, it's not like the quarterback just can do whatever they want. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
I mean, the one thing I will say that Bruschi explained when he was talking about the difference between Brady and, say, Manning is quarterbacks have the ability to change plays, and they see what's at the line, and they get to decide from there, based on the defense, what they're going to do, because usually they're given a couple plays anyways. Bruschi said, you're almost never going to fool Peyton or Brady. It just doesn't happen. He said, but the real difference is...
Playing Peyton Manning was like playing a computer.
Right. Well, Brady's the same way, really. And they said the real difference is this. Peyton Manning will 70% of the time do what he should do against the defense that you call. 70% of the time. But the other 30, he's going to pass because he wants to pass, and that's the end of it. And that's when you take advantage. He forced way more things in. He said Brady will take 100% of the time what the defense gives him. He won't force something that's not there. If you trick him, you're going to trick him, but he's not going to force something that he knows isn't there ahead of time.
I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback audible like Brady. Like there was a play specifically last year in the AFC Championship game when they were playing the Steelers. I forget who was in the backfield. I don't know if it was Lewis or White. And he saw something. He audibled. He spread them out and he hit Hogan like 15 yards and no one was there.
Yeah, no, Brady does that.
So he's the best I've ever seen at doing it. He and Manning are probably the two best.
They're the two best. They're the two best pre-snap guys I've ever seen.
But it's like unbelievable to me, like how many bad quarterbacks there are in the league.
See, I don't think so, though.
There's so many bad quarterbacks.
Okay, let's go through the quarterbacks. Tom Brady.
You saw the Jacksonville Buffalo game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, congrats to the Bills. I was rooting really hard for you guys, finally making the playoffs.
Tyrod Taylor's not a bad quarterback.
He sucks.
No, he's not.
That's Exhibit A for why may have been a bad idea to trade Garoppolo. Like that game right there. That's like the worst quarterback play I've ever seen in the NFL playoffs.
Blake Bortles sucks, but he had a good year once. So
he rushed for more yards than he passed.
I watched the game.
Okay.
He had a couple really big runs, like at the end of the first half. We had other runs too, but a couple really big runs that ended up happening. Because at one point, the first half, what did Tyrod Taylor have? Like 40 yards rushing almost?
Something like
and Blake
that.
Bortles like caught up in like a couple plays.
By the way, if they keep Mariota in the pocket, and you know that's going to be Bill's concentration this whole week, just keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, I rush forward, I spy Mariota, and I fucking...
No, how is Tennessee going to beat them?
They're not.
No, I understand that. But, like, you got to cover Delaney Walker. That's it. Eric Decker's he's a shell of himself.
Well, he doesn't have Peyton Manning throwing him. It's different.
This is a putrid NFL team.
They're poor. They're up there with the last year's Texans.
No, this is a Hunt's tomato can.
Question. When we played the Texans last year, what did you give them a chance to win?
Dean Warmer.
Was it?
0.0.
Okay.
You know...
Tebow. What did you give the Broncos with Tebow a chance to beat the Patriots?
It was like a 2% chance.
I thought you said 0.0.
No.
This game, what do you give Tennessee to win?
Like 0.5.
You're actually going to give them 0.5?
Last year was 0.0. You know how I watch every Patriot playoff game, right?
Yeah.
Where do I watch it?
Your house.
Where?
In the basement with Fosse's Pizza, or...
If Fosse's or Bianchi's,
right.
I alternate. It depends. Depends on my mood that day.
Your dad's upstairs usually, right?
Well, he used to be downstairs. He's upstairs now.
He's upstairs now, and he yells down at you, just like he always does when I'm there. Like,
yeah.
I just can't stay out of bounds. What the fuck? Yeah.
Where was I last year for that Houston game?
Probably fucking driving around making collections. Oh, you were in
I was in
Miami
Key West.
Or Key West, yeah.
I was in Key West. I was watching at a bar outside on the beach. That's how confident
and you didn't
I was.
care. And you were like 0.0.
No, like my cousin Max was like, "That's bad karma. You got to watch in your basement." I'm like, "Maxie, 0.0."
I gotta kick the field goal and
I was drinking fucking pina coladas on the beach, like watching that game. It was 14-3. I'm like, all right, we can go. Like, want to go for a walk on the beach? But then like they cut it 14-13. I'm like, shit. Now I gotta fucking stay here and watch it.
But did you ever feel like they were gonna lose that game?
They fumbled like twice.
Right. I think it was like 8 times.
No, Em was like, oh crap, they could lose this game. I'm like, they'll win by 2 touchdowns. They're still playing terrible.
That's what's gonna happen against the Titans. This Titans team is up there with that Houston team and the
There's a difference though.
Tebow team.
There's a difference though. If they had a competent quarterback, they could have stole that game last year because their defense was fine.
But they didn't
for the most part.
That's why you look at a team and you go, "Oh, look, are they going to beat us?" So you look at Tennessee, you go, "Oh, the Mariota's kind of sucks, but he has talent. But the offense isn't good, the defense isn't good. How are they going to beat the Patriots?"
The only reason that they're in this game anyway is because Kansas City had a 21-3 lead at home.
And choke.
And for whatever reason, and their offensive coordinator just got a head coaching job. Goes to show you how dumb the Bears are. Papa Bear House is rolling in his fucking grave. You have a 21-3 lead at home. You got the leading rusher in the AFC in your team. They didn't run the ball in the second half.
Scotty, they choked.
What the fuck?
They choked.
Not to mention you lost your best pass receiver. They lost Kelsey at like the end of the first half, beginning of the second half.
End of the first.
End of the first half. Run the ball! Kill the clock!
They choked.
They didn't choke. That's just poor coaching.
Oh, they
Awful
everything.
coaching. Awful.
And Tennessee barely won. And they, great. I love it. I like to play Tennessee. There's no way the Patriots are gonna lose.
This is a layup of all layups.
They're not gonna lose.
0.5 though. just because I don't think this is
Okay, if Mariota
No,
throws
just-
the ball off
no.
a defensive lineman twice and catches 2 touchdown passes,
no, just
Yeah.
because the only reason I give him 0.5% chance is because this isn't a great Patriot team.
it's not. But that doesn't
Which
mean
is
they
funny
lose.
because everyone thought this team was going 19-0.
Well, they didn't realize that Gilmore was going to basically sabotage the team from within. That Hightower and Edelman were going to go down. This team has Edelman. You realize that odds-on favorites by far to destroy the league.
I still think they're going to win the Super Bowl.
They still probably should and could win the Super Bowl. But that doesn't mean that they're...
The only thing that would, honestly, the only thing that's going to prevent me from picking the Steelers in a championship game up here is the head coach. That bozo's not beating Belichick in a game.
Tom Brady over Ben Roethlisberger here.
Yeah, Ben's won big games.
What does Ben
I don't
always
think-
do against the Patriots? Makes some big mistake at the end.
He's won big games though.
I'm not saying he hasn't.
Antonio Brown's probably the best receiver on the planet.
Yeah, how's his calf doing?
Even
Let's be real.
though I would take Gronkowski over him. I wouldn't even play Antonio Brown this week. I think they're going to mop the floor with Jacksonville. I really do.
They got crushed by Jacksonville early in the season.
Their offense is so bad that I think
Jacksonville has a great defense.
I think the Steelers could win like 21-3 and have it still be a blowout.
How many picks is Ben going to throw? He threw 5 against them last time.
You really think he's going to throw 5 picks?
No, but Jacksonville is the best 2 cornerbacks in cornerback tandem in the league.
Actually, since we're posting on YouTube again, because Stazio, for some reason, deleted all our shit, so we can actually refer back to this and want to do scores.
Yeah.
All the division matchups. We can do NFC too if you want. Got a few minutes.
Yeah, we can do that. The matchups, I'm sure you know.
We won't do the spreads. We'll just pick the winner and the score.
I can give you the spread if you want.
Nah, we don't need the spread. Just pick the winner and the score.
Okay. It's Atlanta versus Philly. Atlanta at Philly. At 4:35 Saturday.
Philly's home dogs in that game too.
Atlanta's the 3-point favorite, I think.
They're underestimating Nick Foles. He's not a bad quarterback. I like Philly 20-17.
I like Atlanta 27-20.
Okay.
I think Atlanta's much better than people think. I don't think that Philly's not good. Now, I'm not trying to discredit Foles because I think he's a good quarterback. Well, not good, but...
Tyler Levis.
Yeah,
Looks
Tyler
just like
Levis look alike. If Tyler Levis and Napoleon Dynamite had a kid, Nick Foles. Seriously, though, Foles is not bad. He had a great season a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We can all admit
He's
that.
a competent quarterback.
Right. He's good backup. I still don't think... I think Atlanta is much better than people think. Atlanta's had a hard schedule when you actually look at
They
it.
had a difficult schedule.
They 10-6. They might actually be better than they were last year when they made the Super Bowl. The defense is still fast and young. They got the playmakers.
Well,
I think they're gonna win.
I think the Rams averaging like 30 a game, and they held them to 10 points in their building. So yeah, the D is it's a fast D. It's a very fast D.
Very fast last year too.
They just
Very
ran out of
fast.
gas.
Patriots. You got
Oh, no,
Titans at the Patriots.
Do the other NFC game, and then we'll come back to it.
I was gonna do them in chronological order.
You want to do chronological? I was going to say Pats for last, but we can do that one.
Okay. No. We can do the other ones.
No, it's all right.
Other NFC game is New Orleans at Minnesota. That's on Sunday at 4:40.
The Purple Leader, People Purple Leader, what are they
Purple
called?
People Eaters.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Vikes.
The People Purple Eaters.
That front seven is sick. I think they're going to shut down their running game. Breeze is going to throw a couple picks. I don't think he has enough around him, and he's not the same guy he was 5 years ago. I'm going to say Minnesota 24-17.
I'm going to take Minnesota too, but I think it's going to be 21-20.
Might be the game of the weekend.
21-20. And we got Jacksonville at Pittsburgh, Sunday at 1:05. Jacksonville 10-6, very pathetic at the end of the season. Pittsburgh 13-3.
They can't score. I like the Steelers. like 24-9. I'll say 24-9. 3 field goals for Jacksonville.
I like Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be closer than you think it is. Pittsburgh's going to beat them 24-20.
Okay.
Jacksonville's defense is going to play really well, even though they're going to give up 24 points.
And the Patriots, the line right now hasn't moved, 13.5. This Tennessee team just isn't very good. I don't have any other analysis in that.
It's going to be 20 degrees out, by the way.
They have one guy who can beat you, Delaney Walker. What does Belichick do in the playoffs? He takes that away.
Takes away your best couple options.
He's gonna force Mariota to stay in the pocket. I like the Pats. 35-13.
Yeah, I like them about 30-17. Right around the spread.
30-17.
Yeah. Might be 30-14.
I got 35-13.
I think it's either going to be 30-17 or 30-14, and I don't think that. I think Tennessee's going to score.
They'll score
some
one,
of those
they'll
points
score
when
one,
it's garbage
no,
time.
No, they'll score one touchdown. They'll have like 2 field goals to score a garbage time touchdown, right?
Right. It could be 13, 14,
They're
17.
gonna have like
they're going to
13
score.
points.
They're going to score.
They're not gonna. Let's put it this way.
points.
You know the Pats are gonna be in the 20s, and I don't think Tennessee's hitting the 20s. And that's not even like, oh, I think the Pats have a good D. I think their D sucks.
Right. How do you beat the Patriots?
You got to score 30. You
gotta outscore 'em, right?
At least 30.
Because at some point they're going to score. So you have to outscore them.
If you don't score 30, you're not going to beat them.
It's almost
Especially
impossible
after-
to score a bunch against the Patriots and have them not scoring you. It's really hard to keep. I mean, the Patriots, when they lose, it's because they had a bad game offensively, usually in the playoffs.
I think we're getting ahead of ourselves here. I think the team left that has the best chance to beat the Patriots is Minnesota.
I do too.
Just because of the front seven.
But as odd as it sounds, I actually want to play them in the Super Bowl over New Orleans or Atlanta.
Why? Because they'd be at home.
They'll be at home, but also I think
That'll
it's
be
just-
like a road game. For
I
the
do think
Patriots.
it's a better matchup.
It is a better matchup.
Pause.
All right, we'll call it a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check us out on www.gamesadventures.com. James,
Tom Brady.
James, you got your fucking money, so shut up. No vig.
No Vig.
No vig for you. And go Pats. We'll come back to you next week.
Tom Brady.
Hopefully it's not a cold snap and O'Keefe can actually do the show next week. So we're going to have to wait and see.
Hasta luego.
See you later.